Today, the roosters that you hear over there are going to freezer camp. So that's what we're preparing to do. We have not butchered any chickens up here yet. So we have this dead tree that I'm going to have to take down in the yard anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount our cone on the side of this tree. Close enough. All right, got that mounted up. So what we've got going on over here is we have got our burner going. We got our table set up. We're getting ready to set up our kind of redneck drill plucker. So we'll do that next. All right, folks. Here is the first chicken. So we got to take care of this one, and we will, when we get ready to process, we'll come back. So, okay, folks, chicken processing day. All right, I have a chicken right here that I have already dispatched, and I'm going to move that chicken over to the processing area. And it's not set up with tents and all of that stuff. It's just right out here in our front yard. I'll have to take a rake and clean up some feathers and things like that. But right over here is our dunk pot. This is where you dunk the chicken in to get the feathers to loosen up. This is a washing tub. What we do is we put the chicken in there, and it turn the hose on, and it washes the chicken. We put the chickens in there in an ice bath. Wanted to show you this. This is a plucker that goes on a drill, but it doesn't work all that great. It works fine if you got two pretty strong people, somebody that can, like hold that drill real good and tight, and somebody that can hold that chicken real good and tight and all that stuff. But if you got two people that maybe not the strongest, you end up throwing more feathers on yourself than you throw anywhere else. So I've been hand plucking the chickens. So the process is I do the dispatching, the dipping, the plucking, and Christine is doing the actual processing of the chicken. So anyway, I've got this chicken over here. It's bled out. I've got my pot ready right now. So let's dip the chicken and start plucking the chicken. Okie dokie. Here is our dispatched chicken. So what I do is I put the chicken down into the pot, and it's about 160 degrees. So I put the chicken down in there. I dunk it a few times. And then I test it to see how easy the feathers come off. Okay, they're not there yet. So dunk it some more. Pull it up here, grab some feathers, see how they come off. Pretty warm. Think it needs just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna call that good. And I'm going to bring the bird over here to the little plucking table that I've got set up here. And so what I do is, let me put you over here maybe. So I'm just going to start plucking this bird. So the feathers come right off easily. This is a Ranger chicken. And as I said, that plucker thing would work if, you know, you had two really strong individuals holding it and, you know, all that good stuff. But well, I might have been talking about me. So anyway, so here we go. We're plucking the bird. And what we'll do is, you can see how easy these feathers are coming off. I mean, it doesn't take long. No matter if you've got a chicken plucker or not. The secret is to get the water, you know, to get just enough scald on the bird to where the feathers just want to kind of fall off.
Yeah, especially these wing feathers. That's usually a good way to.
And but anyway, so we'll bring you back whenever the chicken is plucked. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is, now that we've got the chicken relatively plucked, yeah, now that we've got this chicken relatively plucked, and we have been really lucky today. The fly load has been super low. I mean, not much in the fly department at all today. It's unseasonably cool right now. So anyway, what you do is you pop the leg back and you cut just above that joint right there. And whenever you do that, you open that joint, and then you can actually cut through and get rid of the foot. So you do that on both hind legs. And you got it right in that drumstick joint. Alright, there's a few downy feathers that you'll see on here, but all those will be gone here in just a few minutes. So then, on the wings, I don't keep the entire wing, or we don't keep the entire wing. So, cut the joint here backwards, and you can take that wing tip off. Same with this one. Alright, both those are off. A few more feathers to pluck right there. There's always feathers to pluck. Always something else to pluck. Alright, we've got that done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop him in the bath. Alright, we've got a little bath right here that we put him in. And you watch that chicken is just spinning in there because the water is circling. So it makes that chicken just continuously spin. And all of the stuff, all the feathers and things like that, they roll right out the top of this. So, a good little bath for the chicken.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, we already opened up the neck cut and pulled out the neck. So now we've got to, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hurry up and eviscerate it. We've already washed the chicken. This one's pretty big, so there's haven't done many of these, so I'm just, you know, as we go learning. Here at the tailbone, some skin right here, I'm going to pull that up. grab it and I'm going to pull away. I'm not going to dig into the bird because that's a good way to get into the intestines and you get into the gallbladder, and you do not want to get the gallbladder opened up. So I'm going to open this up as wide as I can. My goal is not to, I just want to open up this cavity without cutting open the intestines. I'm going to open up the cavity body, because then what I'm going to do is once I get it opened up, I am going to pull this down like this. I'm going to make a cavity, use all my muscles. And if I feel like it needs a little bit more, it's kind of like when I do deer, I open it up a little bit more just so I can get my hands up in there, but I think this will be good. And my goal is to bring all this out in one foot move if I can. So I'm going to reach in here, and I'm going to start pulling it away, the cavity, everything I can away from the cavity, but being careful not to open or puncture any of the organs, or the intestines especially. So I'm going to open this up a little bit more. So when I think I have it, I'm going to start pulling it down and out. Okay. Remember, everything's attached to the wall, so you may hear some noises, sound like it's being pulled out. Suction. You gotta be a little bit stronger than me too. Keep working it. Sorry, have the heart. A little bit of fat on that heart, not much. The other ones we did really had a lot of fat on it. Again, my goal is to not open up the gallbladder. And I'm going to try to hurry up this process. And the flies are getting after me. When I'm doing this, I go back each time after I get done with the chicken. I go and take bleach down, wipe down, and bleach down the table. And then I bleach down the cutting board and the knives, wash them, and then bleach them down every time. And then I'm going to cut away the rectum. This chicken has a lot of internal fat. This is the smallest of the meat chickens. We let them go a little too long. We were trying to let the heat. Well, sometimes you do have to cut out some of the inside just to keep. But you gotta make sure you don't cut yourself. Got the kill. So now what I'm going to do is rewash it. I've got the whole cavity out and put my hand through each side. Make sure everything's out that I want. Now it's time for a good cleaning. I think that's good.
All right, everybody, we got all the chickens all butchered up and everything, and thing we found out was that these bags right here are nowhere near large enough for the chickens. And so our chickens have gone way too long before being butchered, and they are like the size of turkeys. I mean, so we weren't able to use the bags, so what we're going to do is we're just cutting the chickens up. We have 5 chickens ready to go. So we're going to cut them up. We've got a shrink wrapper in the house. We're just going to cut them up, shrink wrap them, and put them in the freezer like that. So we will take care of that. But anyway, if you like this chicken processing video, just like and subscribe, and we'll continue to bring more content in the future as available. And as always, everybody, God bless.